So, good evening, everyone, and I hope you guys are doing well. And today we'll be discussing the 13th of September Assam Tribune because we were not able to cover it yesterday. We will cover the both the 13th and 14th of September current affairs today only. Okay, so that you don't miss anything. But yeah, sorry for the delay of 13th of September news analysis. Right. So let's start. If you can hear me, I think you can hear me. So let's start the discussion. Right. Okay. If you face any problem, right, you can message me in the comment section. Okay, it's fine. So, so let's start the discussion. Before starting the discussion, 13th of September, Assam Tribune. We will also these discussions are very much important, and maybe you guys also had a look in your APSC prelims question paper, where people are very much benefited with the current affairs actually, right? So current affairs and all the other programs we have. So Rajdeep sir will continue the discussion now actually. So for that, in Civil Services Achievers Point, we have our actually intensive course module we are having to secure a top rank in APSC and UPSC examinations. So it is starting from 20th September. Okay, 20th September. You can register in this link, as well as you can also contact in this number, and the description section we have given all the details how you can join this intensive free intensive module. It is free of you can just come and attain. It is a 10 days module, right? So I guarantee you guys will be benefited with it, right? And our prelims booster courses, our current affairs, our mock tests were very beneficial for you guys, right? Because we are not saying it for the sake of something, but we are saying it because the in this Sunday's APSC prelims examination, it was very we could see the result, right? The questions are coming or something like that. So, in this, let's discuss. You can join this, right? The intensive courses, and it is starting from 20th September, right? So there's the registration link there. You can call this number. So let's start the discussion, right? Let's start the discussion. Okay. So the articles we will be covering today. The first article will be that is the 13th of August. 13th of September articles. Okay. The first article will be Munda reviews schemes for tribal uplifting state. That will be the first article. Then the second article will be APSPA extended to prevent terrorism in state, that is in Assam. We will be discussing about the APSPA, its provisions, on all the details, right? Then article will be Chalek Chuk in Dibrugarh to become Lemon Village, right? So that article we will be discussing. The fourth article will be discussing that Japan Vietnam signed defense transfer deal amid China worries. We'll be discussing these articles also. And please remember, if you are clearing the prelims examination, it is time to start your mains preparation. And to start your mains preparation, please continue these current affairs. Okay, please follow the current affairs. Please Do not don't think that current affairs is only for the prelims examination, not for mains. You will need these current affairs knowledge, current events knowledge to write the answers in mains examinations, right? So please do follow these things also. Then the last article will be folk legends, Kalika Prahat Bhattacharya remembered. So these are the articles we will be covering today on the 13th of September discussion. The first, then let's start the news articles, right? The first article is Munda reviews schemes for tribal uplift in state. It is important from Indian heritage and culture, which is in General Studies paper 1, and from the perspective of society. Then let's discuss the why it is a news, right? 400 Bandhan Kendras will be set up in Assam to focus on livelihood creation for the tribal population. A typical Bandhan Vikas Kendra include 20 tribal members and 15 such Bandhan Vikas Kendras from one Bandhan Vikas Kendra cluster. That is the module, right? Then Bandhan Vikas Kendra cluster provide economics of scale, livelihood, market linkages, as well as entrepreneurship opportunities to the Kendras. Bandhan Kendras can be a game changer, according to this article, and for promoting tribal livelihood and enterprises in Assam, while Eklavya Vidyalayas will impart uniform and high quality education to tribal children. It was launched in recent time, the Eklavya Vidyalayas, right? So for that, it is very much important. So why it is important? Because it talks about the Bandhan Yojana also, right? So Bandhan Yojana, it was in news. Then we have to talk about the Bandhan Yojana also. The Bandhan scheme, a component of MSP, minimum support price for MFP, minor forest produce, right? We'll be discussing this in details. Don't worry. Was launched in 2018. An initiative targeting livelihood generation for tribal gatherers and transforming them into entrepreneurs. This is the whole initiative. What is the objective of this Bandhan Vikas Yojana, right? The idea is to set up tribal community-owned Bandhan Vikas Kendra clusters in predominantly forested tribal districts, right? Then Bandhan Vikas Kendras are for providing skill upgradation and capacity building training to tribals. Right. So this is the major objective. This is the main objective, you can say, of the Bandhan Vikas Yojana. Right. And setting up of primary processing and value addition facilities. Right? So these are the important facts about this initiative. Then what is MSP for MFP, right? Mechanism for marketing the minor forest produce MFP through minimum support price. You will be knowing this MSP word. In recent times, it was in very much in news, and it is still in news actually. Minimum support price, right? It is directly related to the farmers protest. And there was a question related to it also in the recent APSC prelims. Right. So all the things are linked. And development of value chain for MFP provide MSP to gatherers of forest produce, right? The scheme acts as measure of social safety for MFP gatherers, right? Minor forest produce gatherers who are primarily members of ST community, right? Scheduled tribe community. Okay, network issue. I think. Yeah. Now it is. The scheme formed a system to ensure fair monetary returns of the gatherers for their endeavor in collection. primary processing, storage, then packaging, transportation, etc. The MFP includes all non-timber forest produce. Timber हो जाता तो ये major हो जाता, ठीक है? All non-timber forest produce of plant origin include bamboo. Bamboo क्या है? Bamboo is the longest grass. Bamboo is considered in the grass. But canes, fodder, leaves, gums, waxes, dye, resins, and many forms of food, including nuts, wild fruits, honey, etc. etc. Right. So these are considered in the minor forest produce. Right. They are not. मतलब क्या कर रहे हैं कि जो वुड है वो नहीं लेके जा रहे हैं, ठीक है? एमएस दैट माइनर फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस इंक्लूड फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस में वुड के अलावा बाकी जो माइनर प्रोडक्ट्स है, मतलब नॉन टिम्बर फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस, उनको माना जाता है, ठीक है? उसमें बैम्बू भी आता है, नॉन टिम्बर फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस में बैम्बू भी आता है, क्योंकि बैम्बू इज द लॉन्गेस्ट ग्रास. इट इज कंसिडर्ड इन द ग्रास. इट इज species of grass. Okay, so canes, fodder, leaves, etc., etc. Tech for tribals. We have to talk about tech for tribals also, because there was a mention of Eklavya Vidyalaya also, right? So it aims to transfer 5 crore tribal entrepreneurs by capacity building and imparting entrepreneurship, right? Skills to tribal forest produce gatherers enroll under Pradhan Mantri Van Dhan Yojana, right? The program will ensure higher success rate of tribal entrepreneurs by enabling and empowering them to run their business with marketable products, with quality certification, right? With quality certification. That is the Tech for Tribals initiative under Pradhan Mantri Van Dhan Yojana. Okay, Tri-Food scheme. It was launched in August 2020 and promotes value addition to MFP, right? Minor forest produce. Tri-Food parks will produce processed foods from minor forest produce and also from the food gatherers by the tribal people in the region. समझ रहे हो? पूरा एक holistic, या फिर आप मान लो. Good evening. I'm glad that you were attending the class, right? Thank you, and good evening, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so think about it. When they are talking about MFP, minor forest produce, right? They are talking about the livelihood in there, like through tech for tribals, through entrepreneurship processes, right? They're thinking about the whole process, whole ecosystem of that tribal people, or you can say where they are living, on what resources they are dependent on, right? So they are thinking in the Bandhan Yojana, and they are thinking about the holistic approach, how to make these tribal people self-sufficient, or you can say self-sufficient, and then as well as give them a market, right? Give them a market to sell their products with quality certification through the Tech for Tribals also. They are also ensuring that they do not feel deprived of these MSP processes, etc., right? They are also giving importance to these things also, right? When they are giving the minor forest produce, etc., for them, the minimum support price to them, right? So we're also talking about what are the minor forest produce, right? Then they are also giving importance to Tri-Food scheme, right? It was launched in 2020 to promote value addition to what? Value addition to minor forest produce. Tri-Food parks will produce processed food. Remember that in tribal areas, they are ensuring. They're ensuring that there is a processed food from minor forest produce and also from the food gathered by the tribal people. By this process, they will get a market, right? They will they will get a market. And in this, what they are talking about, entrepreneurs, right? They can make their own startup, their own business with it, right? They are giving opportunity to these tribal people, right? Let's move. Then village and digital connect initiative, when we're talking about entrepreneurship, startup, etc., etc. Without digitally connect digitally connected to the tribal areas, we cannot ensure these kind of services, right? How we can facilitate them, how we can provide the resources, how we can provide them the facility, right, without a digital connection, right, to ensure that existing schemes and initiative reach the tribals. Trifed's regional officials across the country have been visiting identified villages with significant tribal population. Also, they are making it. They're surveying the whole area also, right? Then Sankalp Se Siddhi initiative, actually also known as the Mission Vandhan, right, was introduced by the central government in 2021 in line with the Prime Minister's aim to establish a sustainable livelihood for India's tribal population. Whatever I was talking about, the sustainable livelihood. Right? Sorry. Sustainable livelihood. Through this mission, TRAF aims to expand its operation through conversions of various schemes. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Various schemes of different ministers, right, and departments. Okay, sure. We are trying to do that actually. Yeah, we are trying to upload more and more videos about these things. One second, guys. Once again, I have to take this call. Okay. So yeah, we are trying to do that. We are trying to upload more and more videos and about APSC and don't worry, there will be a discussion about the APSC paper also, the prelims paper also, right? So yeah, we will be with you guys till you clear the interview, right? Till you become the civil servant, right? So we'll be with you. Don't worry about it. Okay. So through this mission, establishment of several Bandhan Vikas Kendras, right, hut, bazaars, mini tri-food units, common facility centers, tri-food parks, F-fruity, right? Scheme of fund for regeneration of tribal industries, cluster tribes India retail store, e-commerce platform for tri-food and tribes, India brands, etc., etc. So why I'm talking about these things? When they are talking about entrepreneurship, when they are talking about startups, right, when they are talking about these things where they will sell their products, right, if they are given so much opportunities through tech for tribals, through MSP for MFP, tri-food schemes, right, they are producing and producing, but they are also giving them the market, right, like these things, vikas kendras, hut bazaars, mini tri-food units, common facility centers, like, so they are giving, you produce your product, we will give you, the government will give you the opportunity to sell them too, right? So then the TRIFED has been implementing several noteworthy programs for the empowerment of tribals. Over the past 2 years, the mechanism for marketing of minor forest produce through minimum support price and development of value chain for MFP has impacted the tribal ecosystem in major way, according to the government records. Right? Okay, so let's move. Trifid has also injected rupees 3,000 crore into the tribal economy, right? So even during the difficulties or difficult time of economic difficult times of the government, right? Then the Vandhan tribal startups, a component of the same scheme, have emerged as a source of employment generation of tribal gatherers. TriFed, the Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India, TriFed, came into existence in 1987. It is a national level apex organization functioning under the administrative control of Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Please remember that. This federation, you can say, this organization is under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Okay, it is talking about a cooperative marketing development federation, but it is for the tribal people. So it is that is why it is under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Ultimate objective of TriFed is the socio-economic development of tribal people in the country by way of marketing, development of tribal products such as metal craft, tribal textiles, pottery, tribal paintings, and pottery on which the tribals depend heavily for a major portion of their income. Right? Let's move. Let's move. Then the next article is AFSPA, Armed Force Special Power Act, extended to prevent terrorism in state, that is in Assam. It is important from a general studies paper 3 security point of view. Though militancy is on the wane, the Assam government is keen on consolidating its position, and that is why the term of Armed Forces Special Powers Act AFSPA has been extended for a period of another 6 months, which was done by Nagaland government also recently. Not recently, but they extended the provision of ASPA till, implementation 6 months they extended. Right. Moreover, the government is also concerned over the growth of radical elements in Bangladesh following the takeover of Afghanistan by the Taliban. Actually, right. Then we have to talk about the Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958. The act came into force in the context of increasing violence in northeastern states decades ago, actually. Right. So AFSPA gives armed forces the power to maintain public order in disturbed areas. They have the authority to prohibit a gathering of 5 or more persons in an area, can use force or even open fire after giving due warning, right? If they feel a person is in, you can say they can, that person can harm or you can say he can break the law, right? If reasonable suspicions exist, the army can also arrest the person without a warrant. This become a very controversial, you can say, component in this AFSPA Act, right? So enter or search premises without a warrant and ban the possession of firearms. That controversy took the fundamental rights in the line also, right? So in polity you will be reading about this in detail. Okay. Then disturbed areas, which are considered as disturbed area. A disturbed area is one of which is declared by notified section 3 of the ASPA. It can be invoked in places where the use of armed forces in aid of civil power is necessary. An area can be considered to be disturbed due to differences or disputes between members of different regional, racial, language, or religious groups or castes or communities. Right? The central government of the governor of the state or administrator of the union territory can declare the whole state or part of the state or union territory as a disturbed area. So that power belongs to the central government or the governor of the state or the administrator of the union territories. Right? So this is the power given to them through this act, how they can declare a disturbed area. Right? Once declared disturbed area, the region is maintained as disturbed for a period of 3 months. right? State. According to the Disturbed Area Special Courts Act 1976, the government of the state can suggest whether the act is required in the state or not. That is why Assam government took the decision, right? Because the government of the state can suggest whether the act is required in the state or not. If that they suggest that it is not required, then that will be removed from the state, right? Stays under ASPA Act, it is effective in the whole of Jammu and Kashmir, Nagaland, Assam, Manipur, excluding 7 assembly constitutions in Imphal, parts of Arunachal Pradesh. In Arunachal Pradesh, the impact of ASPA has been reduced to 8 police stations. Right? Let's move. Then the Chalekchuk in Dibrugarh to become Lemon Village. This one, it was in the news. It is important from your General Studies paper 3, Economic Development and Agriculture also. Right? So why it is in news? Because the sour lemon is promising to be the sweet reason for economic success, right, of a remote village in Dibrugarh. Nearly 701 kilometers away from the Dibrugarh town, the Chalengchuk, there is an N missing in this. Chaleng, okay, Chalengchuk is being developed as a model lemon village to boost self-employment and per capita income. Okay, the village is already known for its lemon cultivation. It is already known for its lemon cultivation. Okay, with 2 varieties of Assam lemon, locally known as Gol Nemu. We all know about it, right? Gol Nemu and Kazi Nemu, right? We'll talk about these also. Found in abundance in the village. The GI certified Kazi Nemu. Recently, Kazi Nemu got the GI certification. Please remember that. Okay, so Kazi Nemu recently got the GI certification. Has already found much appreciation in the foreign markets with its lemon variety, right? Being exported to Dubai, London, etc., etc. Okay? As part of an ambitious program undertaken by Dibrugarh District Administration and the Agriculture Department, Chalengchuk village of about 570 people will be developed as a model village for growing lemons. Dibrugarh Deputy Commissioner Pallav Gopal Jha inaugurated a project, last week under which 125 families of the agrarian village will be made self-sufficient through cultivation and sale of lemons. In the first phase, around 2,200 lemon saplings will be planted. So see the beautiful concept we have, right? Beautiful, you can say, aspects it is, right? Why? Because it is providing economic development. It is also creating opportunities in the agricultural field, right? Whoever they are doing it, the lemon cultivation in the Chalengchuk village is happening from ages, but now with the help of administration, with the help of government, with the help of administration, district administration, etc., that the you can say the cultivation of the practice of lemon cultivation, which was happening from ages, is giving them a economic perspective out of it, a economic development out of it, right? So that is the beauty of it, right? So then it is also creating it is a model village of growing lemons. Look at the beauty of it. When Kazi Nemu got the GI certification, it is a proud moment for as an Assamese, right? Ahomia Hisabe. We're very proud, right? So that is the thing that we are giving so much importance to these things also. Self-sufficient through cultivation and sale of lemons, right? So this is the importance of your this article, okay? Then the climatic condition in the area is suitable for lemon cultivation. Then there is a statement that we want to develop the village as a model lemon village. Our aim is to produce lemons on a mass scale It will boost self-employment and generate revenue apart from rejuvenating the local economy. They are concentrating about the self-sufficient, the self-employment, and generate revenue out of it. Right, rejuvenating the local economy. Besides catering in the local market, the district administration is also eyeing the foreign markets if the demand and the supply is expected line. Right. So let's move. Okay. Okay, let's move. The next article is Japan Vietnam signed defense transfer deal amid China worries. This is important from your general studies paper 2, which is an international relation also. Right. So Japan and Vietnam have agreed to step up cooperation amid worries about China's growing military influence, signing a new deal that enables the export of Japanese-made defense equipment. Remember that Japanese-made defense equipment and technology to Hanoi. But where is Hanoi and why it is famous? Please comment. Hanoi. Details about the transfer of specific equipment, including naval vessels, will be worked out in subsequent talks, and Japanese Defense Ministry said in the statement. Right. The Chinese diplomat wrapped up this visit by saying Beijing plans to donate 3 million doses of its coronavirus vaccine to Vietnam. They are also trying to bind Vietnam. They are also trying to cooperate with Vietnam, right? They do not want to. China do not. They are worried about the Japan and Vietnam defense deal, but they are worried about their market also, right? If Vietnam, the market of Vietnam is given to the defense market is given to the Japan, then there will be economic loss to the Chinese people, or you can say Chinese government or China, right? So that is why straight away Chinese diplomat announced this, that 3 million doses of its coronavirus vaccine to Vietnam. They will supply it. Why? Because they are showing some interest in it, right? Because they do not want to lose this Vietnam market, because China already, through his various policies, you can say debt trap policy, whatever you say, right? Debt trap policy, or you can say the Silk Route, the modern Silk Route, you say China Pakistan economic corridor, you say, or you say the Belt and Road Initiative, whatever you say, whatever you give the name, right? China is already having its foot in Sri Lanka, Maldives, then in Pakistan eventually, then in Bangladesh, right? So see, these are our neighbor. Please remember why I am mentioning these. They are having some diplomatic relation with other countries also, but I am specifically mentioning about these countries. Why? Please remember, because these are our neighbors. These are our neighbors. If China is taking all the market of our neighbor, it is a very problematic issue for us as a country, right? So let's move. He also said China and Vietnam should refrain from any unilateral actions, right? Regarding the South China Sea, it is very important because Japan is in that line, and when they are talking about South China Sea, it is very much important, right? We'll discuss the dispute of South China Sea also, right? Could complicate the situation and magnify disagreements. Vietnam has territorial dispute with China. Remember that there is a territorial dispute with China. That is why they are showing so much. Goody. You can say the approach from China, right? They are. You can say they are giving the doses, coronavirus vaccine doses, not coronavirus. Sorry, vaccine doses to Vietnam, right? So that is why, because they have dispute, if they have dispute already and they are losing the Vietnam market, that will be a big loss for China, right? Over the Sparkly Island, right, and Parasil Island in the South China Sea. Japan and China are also embroiled in a territorial dispute, with Tokyo regularly protesting against the Chinese coast guards present in East China Sea. We will be talking about these things also. Don't worry. Okay, near Japanese controlled Senkaku Island, which Beijing also claims and call Diaoyu. Their name, I'm sorry if I am pronouncing wrong. Okay, Diaoyu. Japanese officials say that Chinese vessels routinely violate Japanese territorial waters around the island, sometimes threatening fishing boats. Right. So let's move. We have to discuss it very in detail actually. The South China Sea, it is located in the South China Sea, is an arm of Western Pacific Ocean. In Southeast Asia, it is south of China, east and south of Vietnam. This is the reason. South China Sea. It is a very disputed area from a very long period of time. Okay. From a very long period of time. Okay. Very disputed area. These things. Then it is connected by Taiwan Strait. It is connected by Taiwan Strait, right? And sorry, Taiwan Strait with the East China Sea. It is not in the map, but here in if you go that map in this area is East China Sea. Okay, that is East China Sea, and by Luzon Strait with the Philippine Sea. Bordering states and territories, right? And territories clockwise from north, right? We have to discuss, we have to know about these things also. Bordering states of South China Sea. These are the bordering states, that is China, Republic of China, Taiwan, right? Taiwan, then Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, Indonesia, Singapore, then Vietnam, etc. The strategic importance, these sea holds tremendous strategic importance for its location, as it is the connecting link between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Please remember that if China has a hold in this area, right, they gets the access to the, because these states, they will get access to these straits, right? Malacca Strait, etc., etc. So these straits, it is very much important for them to connect with the Indian Ocean and other regions of Indian Ocean also, and the Pacific Ocean also, right? According to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, one third of the global shipping passes through it. Global shipping passes through it, carrying trillions of trade, which makes a significant geopolitical water body. It is a disputed area because the China claims that South China Sea, there is a 9-dash line. It is called as 9-dash line. This line is called as 9-dash line. Okay, so China says that it is our territory. It is the whole till that it is our territory, right? But disputed area because China cannot claim the whole South China Sea, right? Because there are other countries also like Vietnam also claiming such areas, these areas. Then there there is Philippine claims these areas. Okay, then Malaysia claims these areas, right? So how China can claim these whole area, right? China is here. Okay, so how they can, claim these areas? They cannot actually, right? So according to the 9-dash line, they follow, right? So this is the dispute. What is carrying the whole the dispute around the South China Sea among these countries. Okay, so let's the dispute. China claims that to nearly all the South China Sea, including the Partial Island. Let's discuss. Let's see. That is Partly Island, that is Partial Island, right? So you have to know about this. That is Partial, that is Partly. Okay, so please remember from north to south also. Okay, some questions can be asked. Then, so what they include the Paracel Island. However, Taiwan, Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia, Vietnam also claim part of the region believed to hold valuable oil and gas deposits. Remember, why countries are very much interested in these areas? Because this is a rich in oil and gas deposits. There's a rich reason. Okay, contesting claims over islands. The Paracel Island is claimed by China, Taiwan, Vietnam. Okay, look at this. Look at this. The Paracel Island is claimed by whom? Claimed by China, Taiwan, Vietnam. China, Taiwan, and Vietnam. These islands are claimed by China, Taiwan, and Vietnam. Right. Then the Spratly Islands are claimed by China, Taiwan, Vietnam, Brunei, and Philippines. Right. So the sorry, the Spratly Island, claimed by China, Vietnam, Taiwan, Philippines, okay, Philippines, Brunei, Brunei, okay. So these countries are claiming the Spratly Island, okay, the Spratly Island. So it is very much disputed. It is an important thing for us. Then Scarborough Shoal is claimed by Philippines, China, and Taiwan. Then China's assertion that since 2010, China has been converting uninhabited islands or islets, you can say, into artificial islets to bring it under UNCLOS. Examples, so you can say the UNCLOS is a UN-based convention. Okay, is a UN-based rules and regulation regarding your laws of the sea, right? So China has been changing the size and structure of the reefs also by modifying their physical land features, right? They have technology, they have that you can say economic development, so they are doing it, right? They are pushing their line, right? It has also established airstrips on Paracel and Spratly Island. China's fishing fleets are engaged in paramilitary work on the behalf of the state rather than the commercial enterprise of fishing. The US is very critical of this building of artificial islands and terms these actions of China is building a great wall of sand. Okay, so that these are the concern of US also. Let's move. So these are the, you can say, I have discussed whatever I have discussed. The South China Sea, the countries which claim the South China Sea, Paracel, Vietnam. So all the, you can say, you can see that they are talking about the 9 dash line also he was talking about, right? So you can see how much, what island, how much they are claiming, right? So Scarborough Island, Philippines, that is the color, Philippines, then Vietnam, blue, then China, red. Okay, so you can see that who claims these areas. Okay, so then the other issues, the undefined geographic scopes of South China Sea, then its agreement over dispute settlement, then code of conduct, etc., etc. There are various disputes in these regions. Okay, you can also see this map. Okay. Let's move. The last article of 13th of August, that is the folk legends Kalika Prasad Bhattacharya. Remember, it is important for my general studies paper 1, Indian heritage culture. Right. So on the 15th birthday, 15th birth anniversary of legendary folk singer Kalika Prasad Bhattacharya was remembered with reverence by people in Silchar amidst Lokohangati Diva, right? Organized by Regional Office of Information and Public Relations, right? Keen interest in music eventually led him towards the folk music of Bengal and Bangladesh, Barak Valley in Assam, and Northeast India. And the search of traditional, vibrant, melodious folk songs in 1999, he co-founded the band called Dohar, a group of folk musicians with the intent to revive the folk music tradition of northeast, so northern and eastern Bengal, and unnoticed folk songs of various regions. Right. So with that, the articles are over. The the Dej Ko Jano Par, the Rupa publication in India. It is very famous. If you read books, right? If you read books, it is very. Personally, I know these the Rupa publications because I'm not bragging about it, but I read a lot of novels and etc. etc. So it is familiar for me, the Rupa publication. If you read books, you can also that will be familiar for you actually. The read Rupa. The Rupa publication was founded in Calcutta in 1936. It has many publications, including all the books. Chetan Bhagat, yeah, that is the famous actually. Chetan Bhagat. So the logo of Rupa was designed by Satyajit Ray, like the great Satyajit Ray. Read his books, right? Read his books. It is very important. It will give you some enlightenment, right? He took books as fees, right? He took books as fees. Satyajit Ray's and Amartya Sen's books. You just read those books. It is awesome books. Satyajit Ray, Amartya Sen. These books are awesome. And let's move. These are the practice questions. You can also practice this question, and after that we will have the answers. Then I have given the critically examine the mains practice question in this position on South China Sea dispute. I have discussed all the details about the South China Sea. You can write the answers through that also. Right. So we have a general studies paper for the CSAP is launching, which is CNET JRF online coaching. Right. So you can avail this, then the live classes. Right. So you can call in this number. The duration is 3 months. The fee structure is 5,000. Right. So you can avail this courses also. So with that, the 13th of August, 13th of September article is over. I will now share with you the 1 second, the 14th of August. Sorry, 14th of September article. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Just then I will start. Okay. Okay. So let's start with the 14th of August. I won't take much time because we have already at about past 45 minutes. Okay. So I'll try to keep it short with maximum details of it out of it. Okay. So we're discussing the 14th of August. Sorry, September. Why I'm saying August, I don't know. Again and again. Sorry for that. And let's discuss the 14th of September Assam Tribune. Right. So it is important from the 14th of August that where we do not have that news article, right? Do not have such news articles to discuss, which is important from your general studies or you can say the exam point of view. But there's an editorial only, right? There's only one editorial, that is Domestic Violence Act or Legal Terrorism. So that is the article, that is the editorial. So let's discuss this only, right? The Domestic Violence Act or Legal Terrorism, that is the article, that is the editorial. It talks about the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act is a civil law that was passed in 2005, right? The objective behind the passing of this act is to provide relief to aggrieved party under this act, the woman who faces violence at home, right? That is they are the target audience of this act, right? They are the targeted people who needs help actually through some legal provisions, right? The origin of the act is Article 15.2, that is of fundamental rights. Okay, Article 15 of the Constitution of India, which states that state can make special provisions for women, right, and children towards realizing the right to equality. And this you will say that in that when you will read the polity, the fundamental right, when they are giving some provisions, a special provision, it is considered as, you can say it is a discrimination, but it is considered in the constitution as the positive discrimination. That is a term we use. Positive discrimination it is talking about, right? They are giving some positive discrimination. You can say that this. People will say that is a discrimination, that they are only considering women and children, but these people are always deprived. That is why they are giving. They are discriminating obviously, but they are giving for some positive aspects of it, right? To create some positive environment in the society, right? So that is why it is called as positive discrimination. You will read about this in polity in details. Don't worry about it, right? So the dearth of data and awareness among the victims is a major cause of the rising cases daily. The one essential factor is the patriarchal nature of our society. Do you agree with that? Right? I think maximum of you will agree with that. The patriarchal society we are living in, right? In every aspect of life, from our childhood, we believe that we see the patriarchal concept around us, right? From our childhood, whatever book we read, right? That is a the through pictographic or something like that, right? That the book shows that uh, the father is going out for work and mother is doing the household works or something like that. That is the basics. That is the basic things of your patriarchal mindset in a society, right? We're considering women to be, you can say, they are meant to be work in the household only, and the male, right? The male is going out and he is considered as the bread earner or breadwinner in the house, right? So we are giving no respect to the woman's work, their household works, whatever they are doing, the children, they're caring for the children, they're doing the the work in the kitchen, they're doing the laundry, etc., etc. We're not giving it, and also there is no monetary benefit for the women in these works also. We do not give any money, we do not give any salary to our, do you give our mother the salary for doing our laundry, for making our beds, right? We do not do that. She cleans up the room. Do we consider that she is also giving so much effort to make this house a home, right? That is what we call, right? So we are not giving the importance to women. So that is the patriarchal society. We are not talking about equality, and that will start from your household. That will start from your house. That is, and I always say that development start from your home, right? So the patriarchal nature, whenever we are practicing the patriarchal nature in your household, in your family, in your house, how we are expecting to perform the equality concept in outside our home. We will learn the patriarchal concept in a house, and then we will practice those things in our society. We will reflect those things in our society. That is the whole thinking about this article, actually, the Domestic Violence Act, or it is a legal terrorism, right? Man plays a dominant role while women are treated as mere commodities. And that is why these things, the mere commodities, that is why these things are nowadays very big problem in society. With that, different problems are facing, the problems the women are facing, that the marital rape, right? It is not, it is in the news, right? The marital rape concept, dowry, etc., etc., right? So we have to think about it, and often termed as fragile. On the other hand, men conceals their tears and fears because they are the strength jacketed as being strong and powerful. That is also a patriarchal concept, right? Men should not cry. You always hear these things in your life, right? Whenever you cry, whenever the boy is crying, whenever the one man, adult is crying, that somebody says, "Why are you crying like a girl?" right? That is the patriarchal mindset. Whenever you feel that, whenever you see these things, whenever you hear these things, please remember it is also a patriarchal concept. Please, it is also the small things are can be a very big problem for a society, right? Why are you crying like a girl? And then why you can't lift that box? Are you a girl? Is that how you are treating your woman? No, right? Mira, then if you do that, then you should also give example of Mirabai Chanu, right? If somebody if that person is not able to lift the box, then they should be giving the example. Look at Mirabai Chanu. Why they are saying why they say is that are you a girl that you can lift the box? It is not the way you are treating your woman or your men also, right? Equality, we have to talk about the equality, right? Unfortunately, both men and women are more often than not deliberate victims of domestic violence, right? Both men and women are more often than not deliberate victims of domestic violence, right? The cardial reason why domestic violence is still an indelible cog of our social culture is that they have wrenched on their broken vows or traditional myths such as internal family affair, right? Or a matter that is to be hushed up, right? And not seek any external help, right? When people will say that, if just take an example that some domestic violence act is happening at your neighbor's house, right? And you are saying something to the neighbor, why you are doing this? You are not allowed to, you cannot do this, you cannot treat a woman like this. Then they will say that it is an internal family affair. We do not need any external interference in this. And because of lack of awareness in many cases, I'm not generalizing it, but in many cases, the lack of awareness of the people, of the woman, things actually patriarchal system also fits the woman's mind that whenever someone, the husband or husband's family is beating her, right, it is not a matter of concern. Many people, many women thinks like that, right? So that lack of awareness about the legal provisions is also a major issue. She is ready to take, I mean, she is ready to, uh, get beaten up, but she won't raise her voice because she thinks, some people, some women, I'm not generalizing it, okay, that thinks it is an internal matter, that husband has the right over her. No, right? Husband do not have the right over the woman. She is an individual, he is an individual. Same right is given to both men and women by the Constitution of India, which is the epic, or you can say, which is the Bible of our country, which is the Constitution, is the legal document, utmost legal document, which gives the men and women the equal right. So it is, woman is not the property of the men. Why I am saying all these things? Because to understand what is happening in the society, right? It has often been seen that inadequate implementation and long drawn cases have scuppered the legislation of the Domestic Violence Act. In the Indian family structure, domestic violence is treated or seen as an internal family affair. That was I was talking about, and for which most of the cases are not even registered. They do not register it because that is the thing. That is what women thinks about it. And even when you are going for the registration also, the case registration also, in that police station also, you will be questioned, the woman will be questioned why they are doing, and you maybe you are not doing your work, the household work properly, that's why they are beating you. That is the treatment woman gets in the legal system as well. right? I'm just saying, I'm not generalizing it, okay? Some police or some police stations are very friendly also. Don't worry about it, right? I'm not generalizing. I'm just saying the possibilities, what they says, right? I'm just saying the all the possibilities of it. This whole issue of remote chance domestic violence can penetrate the realm of doesn't exist. Every community, it might be the hairdresser, our co-workers, our kids' coach, etc., etc. But the family and the friends, or sometimes the victim's own friends and family, right? Maybe at times we trap ourselves in such situations. When see, if some woman is feeling that I'm been beaten up, that she is facing that problem. She is talking to her friend, right? She is talking to her family, her own family, right? Her own father, mother. If that family itself says that it happens, yeah, it's okay. Just face these early stages. You will automatically, uh, you can say, cope up with it. Is it the right response? It is not right. After one day, the domestic violence will lead to a murder, right? We will lose the woman, right? So that is not the way. That is not the way how we treat your woman in the society, right? If we are saying the Durga, we are you can say uh, worshipping Durga, Saraswati, hey, Lakshmi, then how we can do that, right? We cannot do that. They have the equal right. They are the same people we are, right? Men and women are both equal. Do not, if you are facing, or if you are the victim of it, or if you are experiencing such things, just take it seriously. It is not their right. It is not their right. The family or friend will also, let's just few days, just few days. Just, that will they will say that, like, and the woman will also think that people are, if people are not supporting me, that means it is not wrong. The woman will start thinking like that, and she will face all the violence against happening against her. So that is the reality of our society, right? The patriarchal society. I'm not saying it is altogether a bad society, but when there are some problem in our society, you have to address it. We have to think. You have to uh, get rid of that problem, right? We have to make that problem eradicate from our society and make our society a better, right? Let's move wasting so much time. So Domestic Violence Act 2005, domestic violence means the causing hurt, injury, or danger to life, right? So these are the provisions, mental or physical, whatever, causing harm, injury, or danger to woman with an intention to cause her or any other person related to her to meet any demand, okay, to meet any demand. Physical abuse, sexual abuse, right? Verbal and emotional abuse, also economic abuse, the dowry thing, the dowry concept, right? The verbal, the related, the linked up thing, the economic abuse, first economic abuse and verbal abuse, right? Sexual abuse, also the marital rape, etc., etc. When she says no, it is no, right? That is the thing. That is the thing, right? So let's move. These are the provisions of domestic violence, right? Then who is covered under the act? The act covers all women who may be mother, sister, wife, widow, or parents living in a shared household, right? So there it is, the act covers the whole, not only the husband. All the women may be, right, covers all the women, maybe wife, widow, partner, etc., whatever. The relationship may be in a nature of marriage or adoption. In addition, relationship with family members living together as a joint family also are also included in this provision also, right? However, no female relatives of the husband or male partner can file a complaint against the wife of the other female partner. For example, the mother-in-law cannot file an application against the daughter-in-law, but she can file an application against her daughter-in-law for abating the repeating her son to commit violence against her. Who can file a complaint? Any woman who alleged to have been subjected to any act of domestic violence by the offenders or any person may file a complaint on her behalf. A child is also entitled to relief under the Domestic Violence Act. Some amendments were also there. I will be discussing that. Right. Then against whom? Sorry. Can a complaint be filed? Any adult male member who have been in a domestic relationship with women, relatives of the husband, right, or male partner, including both male and female. Why I'm saying the partner? Because the live-in relationship also considered in this the Domestic Violence Act 2005. To whom can information the amended actually? Information can be given or complaint be made, right? Information may be given, and complaint can be made to police office, protection office officer, protection officer, service provider, NGOs, magistrate, etc. Orders which magistrate may pass under the act. Magistrate may direct the respondent or the aggrieved person, either singly or jointly, to undergo counseling. Direct that the woman shall not be evicted or excluded from the household. See, it is very important. This point is very much important, because after what will happen if the woman has filed a complaint and she do not have any security over it? What if she filed a complaint? She is living in the same house, in in-laws' house, and someday they plan a murder against of that woman. What will happen? So the magistrate may direct the woman shall not evict or exclude from the house. That is the magistrate order. You have to be a legal provision out of it. If considered necessary, the proceedings may be directed to be conducted in camera. Issue protection order, right? Protection order. That is what I was talking about. Providing protection to women, right? The grant monetary relief to women expenses incurred, right? So we have to give the monetary relief, grant custody orders, temporary custody of any child, grant compensation damages, right? Breach of any other magistrate is an offense, right? Magistrate order. The act is in addition to existing laws. The aggrieved person has the right to file a complaint simultaneously under the section 498A JPC, right? The reliefs under the Domestic Violence Act can also be asked for in other legal proceedings. Example, the petition of divorce, etc., etc. These are the violence against women. I have given you the pictographic over here. You can read the violence against why it is happening. What else we don't know actually? Right? What are the major challenges women are facing in the society? Right? Why I was saying the empowering women, etc., etc. Empowering women, it doesn't mean the feminism only. Hardcore feminism, it doesn't mean empowering women. You have to what empowerment means. You have to the empowerment means of women means that you have to make your woman, right? Make your woman who can participate in the society in every aspect of life, in every aspect of society, from her you can say right from her education, how she wants to live, right from her education, where she wants to go, etc., etc., her mobility, right, her decision making capacity, right. We have to give them full decision making power. That is how we are empowering women. Her sexual interest, her marital interest, she wants to get married or not, whom which she wants to get married, she wants a love marriage, arranged marriage, whatever it is, that is the decision making power. We cannot, the male society, I'm saying the patriarchal society cannot decide on behalf of a woman. That is the empowerment of women. We are giving the decision making capacity or decision making power to the woman. She can take decisions of her own life. That is the woman empowerment. With full education, full awareness, giving the right opportunity to them. That is the woman empowerment. The feminism concept, the fake feminism, or you can say the hardcore feminism, is not a woman empowerment concept. You are just You cannot just say that I'm just saying, just giving some slang words, saying some curse words to people. That is a feminism. It is not. It is a fake feminism. Feminism means how people, how women are equal to men. That is the feminism, right? Feminism means how society is balanced, right? Some people are not, you can say, controlling the other people. It is not the empowerment, right? So let's move discuss very much thing about it. So see, why I'm very much enthusiastic about it, because actually I love this subject, the society and social justice. Really, I really love this subject, because we can see the transitions. We can feel the society, how things are happening. Right. That is why I'm very much enthusiastic about. Sorry for that. If I'm showing very much enthusiasm. Sorry. Okay. So if you do not enjoy the class, you can comment. Okay. I'm okay with it. Okay. Okay. So then, what's new in the provision? The Supreme Court defined relationship in the case of Hindu undivided family (HUF). HUF. You have read this term in the polity and economics also. According to the code, relationship in case HUF means relationship where two persons live or have lived together at any point of time in a shared household when they are related by consanguinity, marriage, or through a relationship in the nature of marriage, adoption, or are members living together. That is also included in that, living together, live in relationship, or as well as the joint family also. That the code further read the term shared household includes such a household which may belong to the joint family of which the respondent of a member, irrespective of whether the respondent of the or the aggrieved person has any right, title, or interest in the shared household. Right. So that is the whole article, the whole analysis of the article actually. And let's move on to the Apne Desh Ko Jano. That is the youngest martyr, the Assam's role in Quit India movement. It was in the exam question also, right? The APSC. Significant 12 years old Tileshwari Borua, who was shot by British at Dhikiazuli, was one of the India's youngest martyr. Please remember these things, okay? It is very much important in Assam history. So we have discussed about the Assam's role in history, Quit India movement also, indefinite, you can say indefinitive movement, right? So like the rest of the nation, several prominent leaders of Assam also joined the Quit India movement, like from Kamrup, Nagaon, Dorong, Tibohagor, etc., Golaghat, Borpeta, etc. Assam witnessed the unmatched game of tears and blood during the 1942. Bialisor Sohid Buli right? Bialisor Sohid. Quit India movement. For the first time, the role of Assam in the independence movement came to the fore. Several Assamese women who were a member of the Mrityu Bahini, right, or Hanti Hena, were the backbone of the movement. So there are some important, you can say, freedom fighters like Kukhal Kaur. He was the only martyr in the country uh, who was hanged during the Quit India movement, right? Hem Borua, we also know him. Then Moniram Dewan, right? Bhogeshwari Pukanoni, Konakrata Borua. We are hearing these names from our childhood, right? There are some other significance of this movement also. So with this, these are your prelims practice questions, right? So you can follow this. Then there are also answers. I'm not giving in this main practice question because you have only one main practice question. I have given it. So with that, I will be ending this class. I hope you guys like this class, like this class of current affairs, the analysis part. And then in CSAP, we are launching the UGC NET and JRF online coachings also and general studies paper. So you can attend the live classes, right? So it is have these kind of provisions in that, right? You can call in this number too. So with that, I will be ending this class. I hope you guys like the video, like the lecture. I would be rather happy if you guys interacted with me, but it is not possible in that manner, right? So thank you very much. If you like the video, just like it. And if you have any doubt, if you have any query, concern, please comment. Please ask questions. That will make the discussion happen, right? So I'm available. You can join the WhatsApp group also in the description link. And thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Sorry for the long, this long session. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys.